Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and I've been kind of playing around with something this morning, and I'm going to see if it'll work. I have no clue if it will. This is going to be a belly band, and this is just my little prototype, and I don't have it glued, I've just got it clipped. It's a little belly band, and it's going to have some flip down mini file folders. That each one of them, as you flip the first one down, it opens up the others like that. Little cascading mini album flip, I guess you would call it. And then you could journal in here, journal here, here, and then of course this would be a solid color in there. I just used some scraps to do my prototype with. Then you would glue it down here at the top and here. Now I looked at it and they're not staying closed, so what I would do is I'd put either a little ribbon or string or something before I glued it down. I would glue that little ribbon here and here and then tie it in the middle, and that would tie and keep them closed until you're ready to use them. So we're going to try to make a few of these. I have no clue how this is going to turn out because this is one of those projects that you just kind of have in your mind, but you have no clue if it's going to work or not. So we shall see. Now, I did glue these together just a little bit, just so that I could see how they're going to work. But I'm going to use this one as my little prototype, just to cut out my other ones with. This belly band is 2.5, and then I cut it at 8, but you can make it shorter, you know, narrower, it doesn't matter. But this is going to be the right size to go in my journal here. Let's just see, it's going to be a good size, which I probably wouldn't put it on this page, but it would be a good size. I wouldn't have to go all the way to the top or the bottom. And then you could also make them this way and do your little file folders up and down if you wanted to. Either way, and you can make it longer if you want one longer. I just thought that was a good size to start with. All of my belly bands don't go all the way from the top to the bottom of the page. I think I'm going to make one out of this. I love this paper. This is from Bo Bunny, and it was a collection quite a few, let's see, maybe a couple years ago now or more. And it's called Botanical Journal. This is the 12 by 12 paper. Now, I don't have a clue where you could find this, or even if you could find it anymore. I don't know. You might want to look if you are interested in it, but it is called Botanical Journal from Bo Bunny. Whoops. It's good if you cut all the way through, usually. That helps a lot. Okay. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and, what did I say this was? 3.5? I mean 2.5, not 3.5. 2.5. I thought 3.5 sounded awful wide. So 2.5. And I'm just going to cut the whole thing all the way down that size. And let's see if I have another paper that I might want to use. Not make both of them the same. Oh yeah, this one's pretty. Let's try this one. This again is from Botanical Journal. And I think we got these to go in the AJ kits back in, I want to say the March ones maybe? I'm not sure. We're just going to do this one at 2.5. So that'll give us 2 sheets right there. Now, what I did on the back of this one is I backed it with another paper just because I wanted it to be a little bit thicker since it's going to have file folders on it. This one is a nice thick paper, so I really don't think you would have to do this, but I think I'll go ahead and do it anyway because this is some paper that I probably wouldn't use for anything else, and it's a little bit thicker, so I think I'll just go ahead and glue this down on here, and then I'll have this on the back. So I think I'll just go ahead and glue this down on here. That'll make it a little bit thicker. You just don't want your belly bands to be real floppy, but you don't have to do this. This is just me, because I like things nice and thick where when I start to put them down, I don't have to worry about them collapsing on me or rolling up or anything like that. But if you have a nice thick paper, I don't think you'd have to have this. Okay, and I am just using art glitter glue. And I'm just gluing that down where it doesn't show toward the front. Yeah. And then I'm just going to trim up the side with my scissors. Hopefully I can go straight enough. So let me know how hot it is in your neck of the woods. Oh my goodness, it's hot here. We had a real rainy July. And it did rain again yesterday, but today it is miserably hot. We went out a little while ago to go to the post office, and he said it is 100, and the car thing is showing 100. The little thing you have on your car. So it's way close to the 90s, I'm sure. 90 something. And I'm sure the heat index is a lot hotter than that. And he can't get out in that because of his heart condition, so he just runs to the post office and runs back and stays in the cool all that he can. He takes so many different kinds of medicine that say, do not get in the sun, don't get in the heat, that but he can park right at the door of the post office and then just hand his packages in, so he doesn't have to really get out in the heat to do that. And he always cools the car down before he goes out there, so he's good. Okay, we've got two that are 2 1/4 by 12. Now I want to cut these down. And let's see, I think I might, 12, I think I'll cut 4 inches off of this, and that'll give me an 8 1/2 by 2 1/2. Okay, and then I'll save that little piece. That'll be a pretty tag. And then on this one, we're going to do the same thing. Cut 4 inches off. Ooh, which way do I want to cut it? Let me look. Yeah, I'll go ahead and cut the top off because I like these flowers down here. And another little tag. That'd be pretty. Okay, now we need to make some little file folders. We've got our little belly bands there, so all we need to do is make some file folders like this. And I'm going to grab an old file folder so we can do that. Okay, this is an old file folder, and I am just going to mark the width that I need that. I know it needs to be 2 1/2, but I'm going to mark it anyway. And then I'll mark, let's see, let's flip it over and mark the height right there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and cut this. I don't know if maybe I can get it in here. I doubt it. Nope, can't get it in there. Pull out the big guy. So how are you guys doing? I hope everybody's doing good. We've got the big bad mess back again around here. Most of you know what that is. I don't know what is going to have to happen. And also, like I told you, I think I was telling you in the video yesterday, people are, I mean, even adults are coming down with that RSV. Oh my word, what is that all about? I've never heard of adults having it before, but I guess anybody can get it. They say it's very unusual, but it can happen. So, it's just a mess. Alright. Now, all I'm going to do is, I'm just going to mark this. Come on, pen. This little, I think I ran out of lead in there. Let's see if we can get some more down. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so I'm just going to try to draw a line around that. And that will be where I need to cut, right there. And I've got 2 layers, so it'll cut both the layers. I have no idea where this idea came from, out of the back of my head somewhere. I haven't seen anybody else do anything like this that I know of. And if you have done one like this, then I don't know if I saw yours or just dreamed it up. But it came to me in the middle of the night last night. And I was like, what? Let me sleep. I don't want to know. And then all I could think about is doing one. So when I got a little bit caught up on my work this morning, I just started playing around with it. I thought, well, that'll work. Okay, so there is the little file folder. Oh my goodness, isn't that cute? Now, of course, we'll need to cut off one side of the little tab, and that's not a problem. But before I do that, I'm just going to go ahead. Let's see if this one's big enough. If we fold it, we could use it. I think it will be. And they don't have to be this size. You can make them smaller, shorter, taller, fatter, skinnier, whatever you want. They don't have to be this size. Yes, that's going to work right there. So I'm just going to trim. I'm just going to mark around that one a little bit. And then we'll trim that out. And while I'm trimming this out, I want to tell you guys, anything that you see me make, please feel free to make again. Make it, put it on your YouTube, whatever you want. I do this for you. I do it so that I'm teaching you, hopefully, so that you can do the same things that I do. This is not copyrighted. I don't care if anybody makes the projects that I make. That's what I put them out there for. So please just feel free to copy them, make them. If I give you any measurements, which I usually don't, but if I do, you're welcome to use those measurements, share it with your friends, whatever. I am not a bit jealous when it comes to that kind of thing. The way I look at it, if you have a YouTube channel, you need to learn to share and to put your projects out there. If you put them out there, then somebody is going to do them sooner or later. And there's nothing in this world that's ever new as far as crafting is concerned. Somebody somewhere has already done it. I'm sure somebody somewhere has already done these. Very few things new anymore. Now, I didn't do a center one on this one. I should have, but I didn't, so we're going to let it go. We could always do a center one on the next one, I guess. So see, I'm going to have 2 on the same side. Let's see, we'll do them like that. And I really needed a center one, but like I said, I didn't do one, so we're not going to worry about it. We're going to use what we have. Now, I need to cut off the back part of this. I'm just going to cut it right straight across, hopefully. You know, I always say hopefully because who knows if I'm going to cut it straight or not. I will cut it across, but whether it's straight is another matter. There we go. And I like these little corners to be a little bit rounded and not quite so sharp. So that one can go there, that one can go there, and then we can put the other one behind. So there's our little file folders. Now we need to decorate these up a little bit, but you could also, if you don't want to make these out of file folder material, you could make them out of just scrap paper that would go with these and put that on there. You don't have to have file folders. So make it out of what you have. So what we're going to do now is I am going to ink a little bit around them, and then I'm going to cover the front of them with maybe book page or something like that. Something that'll look nice to go on here. Okay, now let's decide what we want to put on the front. And I'm really thinking about some book page, some vintage book page on here. Okay, let's go ahead and put a little ink around this. Yeah, I like that. So we'll put that down, and then we'll put a little flower or something on the front. Now all of the fronts are not going to show all the way, so you don't have to decorate all of the fronts of them up, you know, a ton if you don't want to. Just gonna put that down like that. We'll put a little label right there. Got a little chunk of glue or something right there. Alright, and then let's see, this one needs to go next maybe. No, this one needs to go next. So you'll have parts of it showing depending on how far apart you put them. So this one, what are we going to put on the front of that one? And you can put some very colorful paper on there if you want. Just kind of look and see what you have underneath so you can somewhat match it up, but it, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Might put that on there, those leaves. I like that pretty good. It's got some of the same colors in it. They're a little bit brighter as far as the colors are concerned, but that's okay. I don't mind that. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so we'll put that down right there. And I don't think this one will need much of anything. Might have to have a little butterfly on it. Whoops. Drop it. Okay, let's put that right there. So there we go. We've got two of them. And then this last one. Now you could possibly put 4 on here depending on how far apart they are. You might be able to put 4 on there. Not sure. I'm not going to try it. I kind of like the 3, but it would probably work. And I'm just grabbing scraps that I have right here. I'm not even concerned about they have to be totally matched. I'm just getting some of the same colors in there. Okay, let's see. Nope, I'm going to tear that off a little bit more. Put it sideways. Yeah, let's do it like that. Now see, that one, I have quite a bit of the file folder showing. And if you don't like that, then you can always come in and put some book page in behind it. Just put a little piece of book page across like that, if you want to do that. I think I will on that one because I did tear it down a little bit much. We may not get but one finished. I was going to try to do 2 or 3. Put that right there, and then this will go right there. Pretty. I like that. Okay. So that will work. Okay, I'm going to grab a little label, and hopefully I don't bump you. Sorry about reaching in the camera. That's where my little labels were. Here's 3 right here, so we'll just do all 3 of these. This one says Adventure. So I'm going to put that one right there. This one says Treasure, and then this one says Journal. Okay, now I'm going to put a flower on here, and I think I'm going to use one of our washi flowers. If I can find one short enough. I may have to cut the bottom of that one off, kind of like it. Oh, here's a pretty one. That will go. That'll work. That one has pink on it. This one, I think we just need some greenery on it, maybe. And this is just my little washi stickers, and I have them in my little ephemera journals that I made. Let's see. I don't even know what that is. Yeah. Nope, I don't really like that one on there. Let's try something else. Okay, let's just put this little bird down on this one. And I think we still have some of the washi stickers in stock. I haven't looked over there this morning, but I think they are. Oh no, I don't want to cut your little beak off. Come on now. Now you could trim around these if you want, but as you see, after you press them down, you can hardly see that white that is on the back of them, and then I always go over them with my brush anyway to make them blend a little bit better. So it looks like it was just made onto the page. And don't think I'm going to put anything on this one that I know of. I would like to have a little butterfly on there, but most of my butterflies are pretty large, I think. Let's see if I have any in here that are smaller. I have ordered some smaller ones, but so far I haven't got them in. Yeah, these are kind of large, and I don't really want one of those on there. So let's look in our butterfly book. This is a little ephemera journal. I don't know if we'll have the right color. Oh, one of those might be cute. It's kind of big too, though, isn't it? I have huge butterflies. I just need some small butterflies. Okay. Don't think any of those are going to work either. So we may just put this down. Let me go ahead and put this on there. And see how white that looks around that? And then once we put it down, you'll see that it doesn't look that white when you press it in. And then anything that's down here at the bottom, I just clip it off, add my ink back to it, and then I just brush over that with a little bit of ink on my brush, and it blends it right in with the background. Alrighty. So now we can put these together, and let's hope this works. We're going to put a little glue right here, and I'm just coming down maybe a 1/2 inch. Maybe. And I want this one at the top, so you need to start like that. Start with the one you want on the top. Just kind of look at them and make sure that you have them kind of sort of even. This has got a little bit sticking over right here, so I'm just going to trim that. It's not a big deal, but it would bug me for a little while. So, okay, got that one. And then you're going to put a little bit of glue in this one. And glue this one in there. Okay. And if you lay them down on top of your belly band, you can tell if you've got them straight glued together or not. That looks good right there. Oh, I like that. Okay, let's hope it works once we glue it down. Now, I am going to glue all of this back down to that. You could put glue up here and use this as another belly band if you want. But I'm going to glue mine all the way down, I think. I don't think I need another belly band on here. And yes, we're covering up a lot of that pretty paper in the background, but you're still seeing some of it. And if you have pretty paper that you don't want to cover up, then just use some cardstock or something for the belly band part. That works right there. Then if we open this one, yes, it opens them all the way down. Cute. That is cute. I like that. Now, I did mine a little bit higher at the top than at the bottom. That way they'll have room to flip it open. So now let's look and see if we want to tie this with a little string or what. What do we want to tie this with? We might tie it with this. This is actually some waxed thread. Don't know how that would look on there. Let's try this. This might look better. I'm just going to lay it across it and see what it looks like. No, I'm not sold on that one either. Okay, let's look further. We could always do some hemp. Hemp goes with everything, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be the best bet. Alright, I am going to use some washi to kind of stick this to the back, and then I will also put some glue on there. So, I'll hold it in place and just kind of put my glue down and then run my washi across. And that'll keep anything that I slide under the belly band, this from sticking to it. So, let's see. Now I want enough to tie in the middle, so I'm going to go about like that. And then we shall cut this in half. I know you're thinking, what in the world is she doing? She's going the long way around to do everything. This is how my mind thinks. Okay. Get another little piece of washi. If I can find the end again. There we go. Now I'm not going to pull on the string real tight right now because it is still drying, the glue is, and I almost made mine too short. I think it'll still work. I don't know if I can tie a bow or not, but I think it's going to be long enough maybe. Okay, there we go. So that will hold those down, and then all you have to do when you want to use these is just untie this little bow there and you've got it ready. Isn't that cute? And that will look good in our journal, I do believe. Yes, I like that. And then you've got your belly band part back here, and then you've got journaling space on all of those. Okay, I went ahead off camera and I cut my pieces because I've shown you how to do that so you guys know how to cut your pieces. So I just used the back of this, and then I covered the inside with just some little jagged paper to write on. So that's the back of this sheet. And then this is just a scrap piece that I had in my stash. I'm going to use that one. And I'm going to use this one. This is just a scrap piece that I've had forever and I haven't used it on anything, so time to use. And I did manage to get one cut for the middle this time. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there, about a ½ inch down. And then I'm going to lay it down on here just to make sure that I've got them pretty straight. Looks like I need to come this way with it just a little. There we go. And then I'll put this one down. Yeah. And you could glue these on there and then put them together if you wanted, I think. If you only glued the bottom part. But if I glue, you know me, I'm a happy gluer. I glue everything. So, the better for me not to glue in the beginning. Okay, I'm going to pick this up so I can look at it. Make sure that these are going to be pretty even when I glue them down, and they look like they are. Cute, I like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my glue on the back. And then I will glue those down like that. There we go. Now, I tell you, if you use a bone folder like this and you really press those seams down, or those score lines, you won't have to worry about them popping up so much. But I would still probably put some seam binding or something on there, and I think I'm going to put seam binding on this one, but I am going to put some little words down. I went ahead and trimmed those and put some ink on them. I'll probably put something else here too because that piece is kind of plain. Okay, now what shall we put on here? There's some cute flowers. Let's see if I like this one better. I think I might like that one better than the individual ones. That's a little bit light purple. We could always put that big butterfly right there. See, that doesn't bother me. It might bother some people, but it doesn't bother me to have a butterfly that big on the front. So let's go ahead and put this piece down. Then we'll decide what we're going to do with that butterfly. Oops. Some of these are I have had in there for a little while, and they're very, very hot. And You have to be really careful pulling them off because they might tear. And I wasn't very careful that time, so. Alright. Now, of course, that's going to show because it's on just a purple background. But that doesn't bother me at all. If it does, you could trim around that. And that would be fine, but that doesn't bother me. I think I am going to put that big butterfly right there. Why not? It's got the purple in it and the blue in it. And a little bit of pink, or kind of a coral. Let's see, I might turn him this way. Oops. Alright. Our ink. Just kind of go around him a little bit. And if you feel like you've got too much, just take your towel and go back over, and it'll take a little bit of that ink off. Okay, so there is that. Isn't that cute? Let's make sure that it works. Oops. Yeah, it works. So that one folds down, that one folds down, that one folds down. So yes, they are going to work perfectly. And we're going to put a little piece of seam binding on this one and tie it. I think that will be pretty. And let's see, how big do I need that? Maybe that will be enough right there. Just going to flip it over. Glue that down with a little piece of washi. If I can find the end. There we go. Going to glue that down so it doesn't hinder anything that I put in behind there, and then we'll flip it over and do the other end. So it was all sticking to my fingers instead of to the piece here. So let's try putting that on a little bit further down. There we go. Now again, I'm not going to pull this real tight because if I do, I'm afraid I will pull it loose. So let's just until it dries. And when this is in your journal, it'll be a lot easier to tie because your journal will be actually holding it down. Whereas right now I'm having to hold it down with my other hand. There we go. Ooh, I like the seam binding on there. That's pretty. And it doesn't add a lot of extra bulk because, you know, you've got your little knot there, but it's not that big. Cute. I like that. Alright, so that is your belly band mini file folder flips. How does that sound? I don't know if that's what I'll call it or not when I put it up, but that's what it sounds like right now. So that's how to make those. They're very quick and easy. I mean, the worst part is trying to cut out all of your little file folders, but if you have a die cutting machine and you can put this in a template, then you could just cut them out on that and you would be, you know, you'd be through with the game before you even started, really, because this back part is very easy to cut. They're very easy to put down, so it's not hard at all. And I think they're super cute. It's just something different to put in your journals, and I'm always looking for something a little bit different. Alright guys, that is it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and we will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.